Hi Bold Bakers. You know that we love cinnamon rolls here on Bigger Bolder Baking. I have made them in a mug, I've made a no knead version, and I've even made savory ones with bacon and cream cheese. Today we're going to add another delicious recipe to the list, and we are going to make a cinnamon roll cake. So let's get baking. So before we get started, the recipe for the cinnamon roll cake can be found on my website, biggerbolderbaking.com. Make sure you head over there because I've got tons of recipes over there that aren't even on YouTube. Also, do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel so you don't miss out on any upcoming videos. Okay, let's start out by making the cinnamon roll filling for our cake. So into a bowl, we're going to add in some room temperature butter. Now you want to make sure it's room temperature because we're going to mix this by hand, so it has to be nice and soft. Next, we're going to add in some cinnamon, some brown sugar, and then a little bit of flour. So what the flour does in this recipe, it kind of thickens the cinnamon mix so it doesn't run all over your cake. Okay, lovely. And then I'm going to take a whisk and then just mix them all together until combined. I have to admit, I think this is my favorite part of a cinnamon roll, especially when it kind of oozes out and it bakes into the tin and it gets kind of chewy and all caramelly. Yummy. Okay, so now this is all mixed up, so I'm going to add it into my piping bag. Now I fitted my piping bag with a round nozzle because I want that round shape for when I go to pipe this filling. Recently, I started using reusable piping bags and they're really fantastic and much less waste. Okay, there you go, fantastic. Now, we're gonna leave this out at room temperature. Do not put it into the fridge or it'll turn hard as rock. We're gonna put it aside while we make our cake. So now this type of cake is one of my favorites. It's really easy and you just mix it up by hand. You don't need a stand mixer or anything like that. So in a large bowl, we're gonna add in our dry ingredients: flour, sugar, baking powder, and salt. And then whisk all these ingredients together. So that's our dry ingredients, pretty straightforward. We're going to set this aside and get started on our wet ingredients. So into my jug, I'm going to add in some eggs, milk, vanilla extract, and flavorless oil. Now you can use any kind of flavorless oil, like canola oil, sunflower oil, vegetable oil. Just don't use olive oil because it has too much of a strong flavor. Okay, lovely. Now when everyone is in there, give them a whisk all together. Now go ahead and add your wet ingredients straight into your dry. And then just take a whisk or a spatula and then just mix it all together gently until there's no more lumps. So you did hear me right earlier on, I have made a savory cinnamon roll. If you haven't seen it, make sure you check it out. There is bacon in there, garlic, scallions, cream cheese. It's one of my favorite recipes. Okay, perfect. This cake batter is looking great. Now it's time to put it into our tin. Okay, so for your cake mold, this is 9 inches. You can use a little bit bigger or a little bit smaller. That's totally fine. I'm going to put information in the description box about this brand. Okay, now here's my cake batter. In it goes. Okay, there you go. Cake batter is in. Now for our filling. This is a really fun part. What we're going to do is create that lovely spiral that cinnamon rolls have. So with your piping bag, start in the middle, apply a little bit of pressure, not too much, and simply go around the top of the cake and create that lovely shape. Now I know this sounds kind of crazy, but when this bakes, the cinnamon filling will sink into the cake and create an indent and it will look beautiful. So just go all the way around. Don't bring the cinnamon filling all the way to the edge. Just give it a little bit of space. Okay, perfect. I tell you what, if it looks this good unbaked, just imagine how it's going to look when it's done. Gorgeous. Okay, now this guy is ready for the oven. Bake your cake off at 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 180 degrees Celsius for around an hour and 10 minutes, or until it's firm on top. So now while our cake is in the oven, it is time to make our delicious glaze for the top. Now you cannot have a cinnamon roll without a lovely cream cheese glaze. It's really, really simple to make. So into our bowl, we're going to add in some room temperature cream cheese. Now you want to make sure you use room temperature so it's much easier to mix. Next, we're going to add in some icing sugar, a little bit of milk, and then if you have it, some vanilla extract, because vanilla extract makes everything better. And then whisk it all together until there's no more lumps. I don't know about you guys, but when it comes to desserts, I think my favorite part is the top and the bottom. So like the base of a cheesecake or the frosting on a cake. Oh man, I could eat it by itself. Okay, lovely, no more lumps. Looking good. Now I can smell my cake in the air. I'm pretty sure it's almost done, so I'm gonna go check on it. I really wish you could smell this right now. It is insane. Look how beautiful and golden brown it is on top. So you can tell that your cake is done if it's firm on top when you push it. This looks perfect. It does take a long time to cook, but it's well worth the wait. So this is why I love these molds. Watch this. Pop! Your cake pops right out. Now I'm gonna set this aside and let it cool down for around 15 to 20 minutes before I glaze it. So now our cake has cooled down, but it is still warm, so this is the perfect time to pour over our frosting. If you do it while it's still warm, it'll kind of soak into the cake. So be generous with this. Remember, this is Bigger Bolder Baking. Go big or go home. Fantastic. This is the perfect cake if you're doing a brunch or having a tea party or something like that. Who would not love a slice of this? Gorgeous. There's something so comforting about cinnamon as well. Beautiful. Just drizzle your frosting all over the top and it will end up looking like this, a big giant cinnamon roll. Okay, so now one of the beauties of this cake is actually going to be the spiral of cinnamon on the inside. So let me cut a slice and show you what it looks like. Okay, so do you see that? All those ripples of cinnamon going throughout the cake? That is what we created. How gorgeous is that? This recipe gives you all the flavors of a cinnamon roll without the long wait and effort. So I'm going to dig in while it's still warm. This is comfort food without a doubt. Cinnamon, soft cake, and then frosting on top. I love these kinds of recipes. I really hope you enjoyed this recipe, and if you do try it out, make sure you give it a star rating on my website. I would really appreciate it. And I'll see you back here really soon for more bigger, bolder baking.